In the aftermath of the September 11th attacks, Spider-Man witnesses the collapse of the North Tower of the World Trade Center in shock and disbelief. As he tries to understand how big the tragedy is, he encounters a couple who blame him for not preventing it. Unable to explain the situation, Spider-Man is overwhelmed by guilt and grief. Feeling isolated and misunderstood, he decides to confront the chaos head-on, walking into the dust cloud covering Manhattan. In his mind, only Al-Qaeda's madness could have caused such destruction. Amidst the chaos of the wreckage at Ground Zero, Spider-Man joins other heroes, including Captain America, Thor, in helping with the rescue efforts. Surprisingly, even well-known supervillains like Magneto, Doc Ock, the Kingpin, and Dr. Doom are present, setting aside their differences to help. Though some of them may not actively participate in the physical labor, their presence underscores the shared sorrow and recognition of the tragedy's magnitude. Despite their past conflicts, they stand united in grief, with even the likes of Dr. Doom shedding tears over the destruction. As Spider-Man continues his efforts at Ground Zero, he reflects on the true heroes of 9/11, the firefighters who rushed into the chaos without hesitation, the civilians who selflessly helped others, and the passengers of Flight 93 who bravely fought back against the terrorists. He compares their bravery and kindness with the people who did the attacks, and those who justify such terrible acts. He remembers the victims who fell to their deaths, and the communities torn apart by hatred and violence in the aftermath. Amidst the wreckage, he sees the strength and compassion of ordinary people, a clear difference from the darkness of terrorism and prejudice. While navigating through the wreckage, Spider-Man encounters a young boy waiting outside. Spider-Man tells the child it's not safe here. The child says his dad went inside for a moment and told him to wait, promising that everything will be okay if he obey. But as they talk, they find out that the father, who was one of the firefighters, is taken out of the wreckage. He's dead. Witnessing the child's grief, Spider-Man is overwhelmed by the injustice and cruelty of the situation. He realizes that the loss of innocent lives not only shatters families, but also takes away the innocence of those left behind. The tragedy makes Spider-Man very angry, and he can't feel any hope or happiness after the attacks. As Spider-Man witnesses a wounded woman being taken away on a stretcher, she holds onto him, wanting to know why the tragedy happened for no reason. Feeling very overwhelmed by how big the situation is, Spider-Man can't find the right words to say. Standing beside Captain America, he recognizes the weight of history, and the collective pain they both carry. Thinking about terrible events like Pearl Harbor, the Holocaust, and D-Day, Spider-Man feels really scared about the idea of going through that much suffering again. Spider-Man feels better when he's around Captain America, because Captain America is a symbol of strength and hope, especially when things are tough. Spider-Man and Captain America see people who survived the disaster, which makes Spider-Man think about how to talk to kids about bad things that happen after such a terrible event. He thinks it's important to admit that bad things can happen, and to say sorry for the things that go wrong in the world. Spider-Man thinks about how important it is to focus on acts of kindness and understanding, recognizing that the burdens of one individual are shared by all. Spider-Man says that even though society often cares a lot about money and things, showing love is still really important. It helps us feel better and stay strong when things are hard, so we can keep going even when it's tough. When Scarlet Witch joins other heroes to help with the rescue, he acknowledges the grim reality of the situation. They are now engaged in a war against terrorism. Even though the attacks happened unexpectedly, Spider-Man says it's really important to keep trying, and believing things will get better when things are tough. With the support of fellow heroes like Wolverine, Storm, and Mr. Fantastic, Spider-Man underscores the message that humanity has the power to shape its own destiny. Thinking about how strong people have been throughout history, Spider-Man says that even though terrorism is terrible, it won't crush their spirit. Instead, he emphasizes unity, determination, and the collective strength of humanity in overcoming tragedy and rebuilding. Spider-Man declares that they emerge stronger than ever before.